Rajdeep, good morning. This is India's fourth World Cup victory, 83, 2007, 2011 and now 2024. Where would you think this stands in that pecking order?
Thanks very much. Look, I'm a bit of a nostalgic, so I think the first one is always the most important. Also remember, that was a win which no one expected India to win in 1983. You had the mighty West Indies, arguably the greatest one-day side ever. And then you had Kapil Dev and his team defeat them on that memorable day in Lords. And I've always tried to sort of play up the fact that I was there at Lords that day, which made it extra special. You're 18. And I guess the vision of an 18-year-old seeing Kapil Dev lift the trophy at the Lord's balcony, that I will never, ever recall a cricketing moment quite like that. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Dhoni hitting that six to win the World Cup in Wankhede in Mumbai, special moment again. I think this too was special because it looked like we were down and out with the South Africans almost on the way to victory. And then to come back, I think makes it special. That catch by Surya Kumar, those two superb overs by Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya's last over, Rohit Sharma. You know, this was a true team effort. And I think that's what makes this special. Every win is special. 2007, which I didn't mention, was also special because it started the T20 revolution in India and across the world. So 4 wins, each of them very special in their own way. But Dil Kehta hai 1983.
Rajdeep, also in the studio with me is Harshit. Harshit, do you want to take a question and a word with Rajdeep here?
Absolutely. Rajdeep, one question coming to my mind is, it wasn't too long back, just a few months back, that India lost to Australia in the final and missed out on winning the World Cup back then. And now, 8 months later, they get to victory in some style in Barbados. In some way, do you think this was divine justice?
I am not one who believes in divine justice. Each match and each tournament should be seen on their own. I think it was special because after what had happened 8 months ago in Ahmedabad, I think this Indian team needed this kind of win to reaffirm their position as the best side in the world. Let's be fair to this group of cricketers. Over the last decade, they've been in most tournaments, semi-finals, finals, whether it's Test Championships, T20s, 50 overs. This is arguably one of the best teams India has ever produced. So it would have been sad if this generation of cricketers didn't have that World Cup ICC trophy to lift at the end of the day. And I'm really happy for Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and of course the great Rahul Dravid, that they can retire as coach, as players with that trophy in their hand. It's always great to retire at the top. So from that point of view, I'm glad that this team won. Although somewhere I would have loved South Africa to win a trophy sooner rather than later. It's a rainbow nation and one of my favorite parts of the world.
And Rajdeep, clearly you understand what the discipline of a sports person, a cricketer and a captain of the team really means. And perhaps you also realize thereby what this victory would mean for the team. Rajdeep, I'll give you a breather there. Thank you for joining us this morning. Nikhil Naz, Nitin Srivastav continue to be with us. Also Rahul Rawat is at the airport. Nikhil, so I come back to you. When Virat Kohli walked out of the airport, so did Rohit Sharma and other players, including Rishabh Pant, who's captain DC. Do you think the mood here is, we are here, we are the world champions, we've fulfilled our assignment? Or perhaps from 19th November 2023, it was perhaps a realization that you've given to the fans that was much awaited. What do you think would be that emotion? Nikhil, if you can hear me, we all
okay.
talk. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Pooja, sorry, I didn't know that was for me. I mean, yeah, you're talking about, did they realize they're world champions? Yes, they did. Once they won. But I think the real realization will set in now that they've landed in India. A couple of players asked me that, it's been about 3 days. What's the reaction like back home? Like, is that euphoria still there? And I said, yes, 3 days is a long time. And sometimes, that euphoria tends to come down. But believe me, you'll be surprised when you reach in India and the kind of reaction that you'll see. And that's exactly what I witnessed as soon as the players were walking out, because I walked out with them from the aircraft, and what did I see? My first thing that I noticed was we're walking on that aero bridge, and you can see the tarmac below, and you have the luggage handling staff, and the entire luggage handling staff from all the aero bridge had come and got together at the exact same spot where this Air India flight bringing the Indian team had got. So they were all looking from below the tarmac at the aerobase because there are glasses there and trying to take pictures of their favorite players from here. That's the first thing that I noticed. Then as soon as you walk inside, you enter the area of the airport, I heard chants of India, India, people actually dressed in Indian jerseys. So a lot of the staff that works at the airport knew that the Indian team is coming. So they came to that exit gate of the flight from which the Indian team had come. So there was a bit of a reception, and that the kind of reception that they got right behind me, because this is exactly the spot where the bus was parked. They sat in here and went from there. But so now they will begin to realize what is it that they've actually achieved. You often need to see live reaction of Indian fans. Yes, there were a few Indian fans in Barbados, but it wasn't quite as what they will experience here. Then I think the biggest realization might come when you have that open bus parade this evening in Mumbai. I know the players are tired. They've been waiting for a long time. They've taken a 16-hour flight. They're going to have a very busy day today. But believe you me, and this is an advice I actually gave a very young cricketer, that he was talking about the long day. I said, you know what? Once you see the crowd reaction, you'll feed off that energy. When you're in that open bus, when you see the fans, you'll feed off that energy. And that adrenaline will carry you through. Let me also tell you a very interesting thing. Right here, because this open bus parade wasn't planned, right here when the team was coming, I did see a few fans that had turned up here. Once they realized that there is an open bus parade in Mumbai in the evening, I saw some of them actually book a ticket from Mumbai standing here looking at the Indian team. So they've actually booked a ticket. They may have to change terminal, but catch a flight to Mumbai straight up and actually go and attend that open bus parade that is going to happen later in the evening. So that just gives you an idea of how India is receiving them and the kind of reception that the Indian team will get. And that is when it will really dawn on them what is it that they've achieved.